Hey guys, I'm back at it for Lewis's point of view. I really want to get this done before midnight, so I'm going to kind of like speed through it a little bit. The next few weeks I was thinking about my job. I did really want to leave the Franklin Brothers company, but I needed a new job ASAP if I were to do that. As I do the daily reports for the week. I'm organizing them, reporting them, and highlighting the cybersecurity issues. Surprisingly, there were only a few, and they had been fixed rather quickly. I stand up and stretch, preparing myself to walk into my boss's office to hand him the reports. Hopefully he didn't complain this time. I knock on his door and he gestures for me to come in. I smile at him and drop the reports down. Looks like this week we've had a minimal amount of issues, and they were all fixed immediately. Sorry, quick distraction. Mr. McIntyre nods approvingly. These are good. We're getting better. One day we'll be top-notch, Lewis. I nodded, flinching when he said my name. He didn't mean it to be mean, but it sounded weird coming out of his mouth. He never said my name unless he was going to yell at me or complain about my work. Instead of ruining things, I simply started out at, "We sure will be, sir." He nods, dismissing me, and I turn and head back to my tiny cubicle. I'm starting to begin clicking through the companies we protect, scanning their codes and making sure everything is as it should be before it's finally time to go on my lunch break. I grab my brown paper bag and eat quickly before walking over to the gun range. The girl smiles at me, sliding over the clipboard. I began signing my name before I noticed that she had on a dark eyeshadow. She had light brown eyes and a light skin, and the makeup complemented her eyes really well. "Your eyeshadow really brings out your eyes." I smile at her. Sliding the clipboard back over, she hands me the headphones. Her smile made me smile even wider. "Thank you. I wanted to try something new today, Lewis." The way she said my name gave me butterflies. "You're welcome." I take the headphones and head into the range, practicing my aim. Today felt like a good day to shoot. I don't get why people don't come here more often. It's a nice space to think and clear one's mind. I finished my run and turned to sign back out. I usually buy some memos from here. They're pretty cheap, but I've been bringing my own. I should probably stop. I hand the headphones back and sign myself out. She stands up to put the headphones away, and I notice her black hair flows from just above her waist. She's super pretty. I should ask her out. Lewis with the Riz. When I push the clipboard back over to her, she smiles at me. "Hey, Lewis, could I get your number? I'd like to go out with you sometime, if you're interested, of course." I smile. I was just thinking the same thing. "Yeah, sure." I handed her my phone, and she looked shocked to say I didn't have a pin on it. Why would I? I have nothing to hide. She put her number in, texting herself and then responding. She handed my phone back, smiling. "My name's Jade. I'll text you later when we can set something up." I nod. "Sounds like a plan. See you." I wave, bumping into the door from his to walk outside. She likes me back. I dated a few girls in high school, but I know them more looking for things long term. I really liked one, but I forgot her name. I'll admit, I had been obsessed. She did me for the captain of the football team, but he slept with her and dumped her too. Karma's a bitch. Go, Lewis. I walked back into the office, clocking in a minute late because I was trembling as I tried to type my password in. I finally succeeded, making my way back to the desk and sifting through some paperwork. This job is so boring. The shift flies by quickly, and I'm excited to finally go home. I don't know if I want to text her first or if she should text me. I don't want to look too excited, but I also don't want her to think I'm not interested. I sighed, pulling out my phone and opening her chat. "Hey, did you want to go out today? I could pick you up at about 7 if you send me your address." I smiled happily to myself, hoping I would get a yes. I was happy to finally have someone new to talk to. The only woman in my life right now was shut on my mom. My phone dings and I grab it quickly. She responded. "That works. I'm home now, but I'm going to shower and change into something nicer. I'll see you when you come to pick me up. See you soon." I put my fist into the air, excitedly pouring food into his bowl. It overflows and he starts devouring it. "Eat up, buddy. I won't be home for a bit." I'm so happy for him. I wonder where we should go to dinner. I know Burger Tank isn't the best for a first date. I watch TV for the rest of the time I have to wait. I'm excited to see her. We should pick where we're going. "Where did you want to go to eat?" She replies quickly, saying she doesn't care. I sigh. "I want to take her somewhere nice. I know a spot. Dress nice." She sends a smiley face and I smile too. I don't know a place. I'm getting ahead of myself. I look up nice restaurants near me and pick a good one. They serve all kinds of food and it's actually kind of cheap. I eventually drove to her house, walking up to the door and knocking. She opened it and she was wearing a red knee-length dress. She looked beautiful, and I saw she had put on red lipstick with her dark eyeshadow. It must be a new look she was beginning to enjoy. I thought she was pretty with her without makeup. I smiled, holding my hand up for her to take a little walk to the car. I opened the door for her and she thanked me as she climbed in. I drove us to the restaurant and we got a small booth in the back. We ordered water and both ended up with a steak and baked potatoes. She cut open her potatoes, seasoning it and adding things to it that she ordered separately. I began cutting into my steak as she smiled over at me. So what exactly do you do for a living? You work close enough to walk, because I've never seen your car. I know almost all my customers. Oh yeah, I'm in the IT unit over at Franklin Brothers. I'm a junior systems analyst. I've been aiming to quit for some time now, though. The boss is awful. Jade nods. She's a volunteer at the Humane Society, and she also volunteered at nursing homes during the week after her shift at the gun range. That's nice of you to do. Is there a reason you volunteer? I remember trying to look better for college when I was doing that kind of stuff, but rarely did I actually want to do it. Then as an afterthought, I swear I'm a nice person, but high school me was a different story. Jade laughed. See, those years when you're in high school and even some of college, that's when people say you find yourself, but I don't think it's true. I think it takes the time where you don't have a normal routine, where you really find yourself, and where you figure things out. I feel like once you're truly independent, then you have everything down. I nod. That's a very good outlook. Jade smiles. Thanks. When do you think people find themselves? I take a deep breath. I think people find themselves when they've been to hell and back. You know how everyone has a story? Well, once they've been through traumatizing things, I think that's when they start to learn who they are. It's when they learn how strong they are and how brave they are for pushing through it without quitting. Jade nods. I like that. You know, just because someone's carrying it well doesn't mean it's not heavy. I'm not in agreement. Not to get too deep on a first date, but have you been through things? That's so bad. Not to get too deep, have you been through things? Like, I'm writing from my trauma dump on me, baby. Go ahead. Actually, I don't mind when people trauma dump, because, like, I get it. So, I don't judge. She smiles. Nothing serious. I come from a loving home and I've lived a normal life. I know people out there can't say the same, and that breaks my heart. Yeah, I wish more people were good. Most people are. We continue reading, allowing our conversation to sink in. That was something quite interesting for a first date. The topic just kind of happened. I hope it didn't bother her. So, Jade begins, wiping her mouth with the napkin. What brings you to the gun range every day? I shrug. I like to practice. I've always been a fan of shooter games and stuff. Jade nods. First person to third. Oh god, third is awful. When you're in first person, you can just shoot. Nothing is getting in the way. Third person, you've got your head, other players, the angles are all wrong. It's just, ugh. Jade laughs. I like first person shooters too. Third person kind of scares me. It's so weird. I'm afraid it is a first person shooter. Just thought you should know. We spent the rest of the night talking, and I drove her to her house. I walked her to the door, waving at her as she headed inside, and I returned my car. Tonight went extremely well. I sit down on the couch and turn the TV on. Goofus joins me. Maggie's head in my lap, and I flick over the news. I said quickly. Rochelle was on the news. Good evening, America. I'm Rochelle Anderson with tonight's news. Our first story is a big one, and it's going to cover something very important. The U.S. military is creating a fluid that will be put into cattle to allow the animals to grow faster and larger. This new generation of beef will help cause rapid growth amongst our youth, and they work like the hormones currently being used in meat factories. President Bush and Sergeant Williams had an interview Monday, and here's a clip of their explanations. The interview clip shows up, and the idea seems cool enough. Sergeant Williams describes how the fluid will work, and Bush agrees that it should work, as long as it's carefully controlled. Rochelle comes up again. For more information on this experiment, go to the website below, where it will list the things being put into your cattle and other foods you eat. Over to you, Michael. Michael was a regular reporter, and he was getting old. My sister was on the news, and she delivered such an awesome story. I wonder how well the plane would go. Most things the government creates ends up messy. way messy. Don't shoot me, but I said it. Lewis said it. I'm just kidding. I feel like there are some okay things the government makes, but most of the time, accidents happen. I head upstairs to bed, falling asleep quickly in the morning. I had to work, wondering if anyone asked us a report from last night. When I opened the door, my question was answered. It was all anyone could talk about. When I sat down, the guy next to me smiled over at me. What do you think of the new project, Lewis? I think it's cool, definitely something interesting, but I don't really know how I feel about it. I understand the goal and what they want to do, but I'm also kind of concerned about what's going to happen in the long run. Oh, Lewis, don't worry about it. Everything will be okay. How about you print those reports off? The dog's on his way. The dog was what we sometimes called Mr. McIntyre. He wore wet dog's mantle and assaulted noses whenever he came by. It was disgusting, but nobody could tell him that. He'd get mad. He smiled down at me, and I looked up at him. Yes, sir? Could I speak with you in my office? I smiled awkwardly. Of course. Oh, he's getting fired. I followed him to the office, and he sits in his chair, motioning for me to sit in the one opposite of him. I do, and he begins. I want to talk to you about the new changes in our policies for the employees. Not politely, I allowed him to continue. First, there's going to be a strict no phone rule. Only if there's an emergency can you use it. Second, no more leaving the office on breaks. It's a safety precaution. Any questions? I shake my head, but that second part hit me hard. What exactly are we keeping safe by not moving the office? He shrugs. Just keeping you where you need to be. Ronald, no more bringing your pistol to the office. You can leave it in your car. It'll be safer there. I want to fight back and tell him it's my right to carry my pistol so long as it's in its holster. But instead I nod. I understand, sir. When are these rules applicable? They start tomorrow. I nod, leaving the office with my head down. He walks all over everyone. We need to stop him. During my lunch, I told Jade about the new rules. She shakes her head and calls Mr. McIntyre a few choice words. I smile, thankful that she understands. We agreed to begin meeting more after work, and I decided to go volunteer with her sometimes. I wish Mr. McIntyre wasn't such an asshole. And that's it for Lewis's. I'm going to get straight into Bill's literally right after I film this one. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope to see you next week with Bill. Bye-bye.